At New Year's dinner, my mom said, "Your sister's divorced now, so you'll be the one taking care of her and the kids. Simple as that, son." My dad nodded and said, "If you disagree, the door's right there." I said, "At New Year's dinner, my mom said, 'Your sister's divorced now, so you'll be the one taking care of her and the kids.' Simple as that, son." My dad nodded and said, "If you disagree, the door's right there." I said, "Actually, I bought that door, and the frame, and the roof above it, so maybe let's discuss who's leaving." My name is Marcus. I'm 29. I'm a union electrician who spent the last 8 years rewiring my parents' lives while they acted like I was borrowing their tools. The silence that followed my response was the kind you feel in your chest. My sister Nicole dropped her fork. My niece kept coloring, oblivious. My nephew asked if we were getting cake soon. Mom's mouth opened, but nothing came out. Dad's hand froze halfway to his beer. "What did you just say?" Mom finally managed. "I said I own this house, paid off the mortgage 18 months ago. Didn't mention it because you two have a talent for turning gifts into obligations. Growing up, we weren't poor. We were comfortable. That specific flavor of middle class where you're one transmission away from panic. Dad worked for the county. Mom managed a dental office. Nicole was the golden child, 3 years older, born with the kind of smile that made teachers forgive late homework. I've been the workhorse since childhood, the kid whose college fund was drained while Nicole stayed untouched, the one who worked nights to put myself through trade school. Every time I built a future, Dad or Mom tore a chunk out of it. My down payment gone to his truck, my savings tied to their foreclosure, my name and $40,000 locked into a mortgage they never paid while they remodeled and upgraded. For 3 years, I worked overtime to cover the house they lived in and the couch they offered me, scraping by in a studio while they lived off my sacrifices. Nicole flaunted the home I'd paid for, and when I overheard Mom claiming Marcus lived there rent-free because family helps family, something in me snapped. I pulled the mortgage papers, my name, my payments, and called an attorney. On New Year's Eve, my parents announced I'd be supporting Nicole and her kids, and Dad said the door was there if I disagreed. I told them I owned that door, along with $180,000 in repairs and mortgage, and informed them the house was being sold. I walked out after handing each of them 1 month's rent, telling them to figure out life the way I'd had to. She hugged me. My nephew asked if this meant no more Lego sets. "You'll get Legos," I promised, "just not here." I walked out into January cold. My phone started buzzing before I reached my truck. I turned it off. The house sold in 3 weeks. I cleared $160,000 after closing costs. I put half in investments, used the other half to buy a small house, 2 bedrooms, nothing fancy but mine. Nicole sent a Facebook message calling me selfish. I blocked her. Dad sent one text, "Your mother's heartbroken." I replied, "She remodeled a kitchen with my money while I slept on a studio floor. She'll survive." Mom tried showing up at my job site. My foreman told her I was on another site. I wasn't. I watched from the truck as she left, clutching a Tupperware of something I'd never eat. Last week, my niece called from Nicole's phone. "Mom says we might have to move again. She's crying a lot." "Is she working?" I asked. "She got a job at Target." "Good, that's good. How are you doing with all this?" "I miss our old house, and I miss you. I miss you too. But sometimes grown-ups make choices that hurt, and other grown-ups have to make harder choices to stop hurting. Does that make sense?" "Kind of. When you're older, it will. I promise." I sent her money for new shoes through Venmo, not through Nicole, directly to her account Mom had set up, with a note, "For you, not them. I sleep better now. Not because the bed's nicer, but because it's mine. Not borrowed. Not conditional. Not weighted with unspoken debts. The thing about family obligations is they're only obligations if you agree. And I stopped agreeing the moment I realized I'd become a resource, not a son. Some doors close. Some you nail shut yourself. Either way, there's freedom in knowing you can finally stop holding them open.